Hi, my name's Fred Wheeler. Today I want to review the movie Cats and Dogs 2, The Revenge of Kitty Galore. Now, it sounds like a really fun title, so I was hoping I would get a decent movie out of this, but I didn't, and I'll explain to you why. The story is basically about Diggs, who is a police dog, not a very good police dog, who gets fired and then hired by a secret dog agency who protects the world from cats. And Diggs is supposed to save the world from Kitty Galore. There are 4 different main characters in this movie that I could pick out and thought that were sort of the important characters. The first one is like the good cat. I don't even remember the name of this character. It was such a disposable character and that uninteresting. Then we get Butch. Butch is the veteran dog agent who is supposed to guide Diggs. He's the voice of reason. He knows what he's doing. And then we get Diggs. Now Diggs is essentially the newbie. He's clumsy, he's an oaf, he's stupid. He's got his heart in the right place, but he just doesn't do anything right. He's traumatized, and he is basically a duplication of the Get Smart or Maxwell Smart character from Get Smart TV series and movies. He is supposed to be the funny part of the movie. Then we get Kitty Galore, who is voiced by Betty Midler, and does a really good job of this character. I think this was the star character in this movie, Kitty Galore. I was glad that the villain actually had something to say and do that was entertaining. This is basically the Blofeld character from James Bond, where Blofeld had a cat. Kitty Galore, being a cat, has a mouse as a pet, and I thought that was rather clever how the movie did that. This is full of really famous actors doing the voiceover, but it doesn't save the film, unfortunately. The dialogue in this film is really bad. It's full of unfunny puns. It's really predictable. It's not really entertaining, and I didn't really like it that much. It was quite painful and pitiful at times. In terms of how the scenes are laid out, they actually lay the scenes out really, really well. They try to duplicate the stuff that you've seen in the Mission Impossible movies, the James Bond movies, and a couple of other movies and do spoofs on it. But laying out and doing somebody else's scenes doesn't mean the movie's going to be any good. But it is kind of clever, and they do it quite well. In terms of special effects in this movie, it has got some very impressive special effects. The animal mouths actually move as they talk, which wasn't there in the first movie. The problem is that the dialogue that they speak doesn't match up with the movement of the mouth. Not all the time. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It's very hit and miss. And unfortunately, just because you have spent a lot of money on special effects doesn't mean it's going to save this film. The sound in this movie was almost there. The opening scene was just like a James Bond movie, just with cats and dogs. You had this sort of the silhouette look, and the same way that they do all those James Bond movies was really clever. And the music almost sold me. If they'd spent a bit more on the song or the person singing it, I might have actually been convinced that I was watching a James Bond movie just with cats and dogs. In terms of how they edited all of this together, it's really sloppy. It jumps around like all over the place. It's a bit of a mess. This is supposed to be a really funny kids family movie, and it's not. It's a really super stupid spy spoof that pokes fun at James Bond, and there's nothing wrong with poking fun at James Bond or Mission Impossible. Everybody does it, and that's perfectly alright. But this doesn't do it in a very good way, because there are so many puns in this movie. It almost killed me. I had to deal with 18 minutes of pun jokes about cats, dogs, James Bond, and everything else under the sun, if they could think of a pun. And I think they thought that this would be funny. And I'm sure that some cat and dog lovers and some very young kids will find this funny, but I simply didn't. And I don't think you will either. In terms of my total evaluation, I really wouldn't bother with this movie. I would go onto YouTube and watch cats and dogs doing funny stuff there. You're going to have a better time. And that's everything I have to say. I'll see you later.